Xtrfy M4, final thoughts before return, take 5. Okay, basics. I like the buttons, although they're all slightly spongier than I would ideally prefer. But there's not very much rattle or play in them, and they feel fine. I love this type of low tilt Ergo mouse where the left side is not that much higher than the right. And the size, realistically, is not bad for me. There's just a few things about this mouse that really mean it's just not a great fit, given that I have other options. The biggest thing, so first of all, I love the big flare here for pinky support on the right side. I love that the triggers are nice and wide. This design element here with this center bar, I tend to get my right finger caught on it a little bit because my middle finger tends to walk close to the mouse wheel, and the placement of the wheel, I don't know, I usually do it with my index finger, and it's slightly awkward on this mouse. My fingers get kind of caught up on each other. I'm not sure what it is that tends to cause that, but it happens. Also, this rear thumb button being higher and kind of hidden behind the forward one means that I can hit the front button easily, but if I want to hit the back button without also hitting the front button, it's harder and it's kind of awkward, and I have to move, like, tension my whole hand to do it. So I tend to fat finger both thumb buttons together. Again, that's because I like to keep the kind of length of my thumb fairly flush with the mouse. One way of solving that is just to bend it, but then I have to stretch my thumb forward to reach mouse 5. The other thing is basically going along with that is this flare on the back left. This is probably the most controversial point on the M4. My take on it is this. If you're like me and you like to keep your thumb fairly flush with it, you want this flare to fit in this pocket at, like, this first joint of your thumb here. And for this mouse to do that, it ends up being pushed so far forward that I get very little palm contact past my knuckles, and so it's not that comfortable to play for long sessions. Again, you can remedy that to a certain extent by bending your thumb, because you see it pulls your thumb back away from where the hump is and lets you pull the mouse back into your hand to a point that's comfortable. So if you have 18.5 centimeter, maybe 18 centimeter hands or longer, and you like to relax claw or claw and bend your thumb, then this shape is probably okay for you. The other thing, if you need to make this shape work and you like to keep your thumb kind of flat like I do, is you can kind of sit your hand up on top of the mouse and sort of smoosh down around this flare, so you're sort of sitting on top of it like this, rather than trying to wrap around the base of it, which is what I normally do. So if you're willing to either do that or you like to bend your thumb, then you can probably make this work. But for me, outside of the pinky support, a Cone Pro Air has a better shape. I just like having mechanical clicks, so the M4 wins some brownie points there. But realistically, the Outset does what this mouse wants to do for me, but it does it slightly better. And if I want this type of low tilt shape, I can get the Makalu 67, which is slightly bigger and has a slightly less aggressive flare back here. And so it fits me a little bit better. So I'm not going to keep it, but hopefully that gives you guys some tips on whether this would be a good mouse for you.